Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Continuing with those Samuel Smith's beers I got from Mahar's a while ago. This is the Samuel Smith's Old Brewery Pale Ale. Where the Old Brewery Tadcaster, established 1738. Product of England. I think they have the exact same description on the back of all the bottles, so I'm not even going to read it. It does have that annoying foil all over the cap and the neck, which I actually hate. Alright, pretty nice looking beer. Again, this is a British pale ale, so it's not quite the same as an American. Looks like a glass of apple juice. I mean, that's straight up copper, almost brown. Not quite as pale as you would expect. I think I knocked all the carbonation out of it because I don't see any bubbles at all. And I guess I could have given it a more vigorous pour. I only got about a finger of head there. It smells pretty good, though. I mean, just standard traditional English pub ale. I want to go to England just to walk into a pub and smell this sometime. It's like this light fruity aroma. It's like red apple, some like freshly baked bread, maybe cherry. Those are pretty dark fruits for a pale ale. Usually that's what more of a heavier kind of beer, but yeah, it's a nice fruity kind of floral aroma. Smells pretty appetizing. Let's see if it is. Cheers. Yeah, that's just classic British pale ale. Reminds me a lot of the Fuller's London Pride. Very, very much like right there. Just like I said with the nose, like the kind of fruity smells. The fruity taste, especially red apple. Little bit of like a black cherry. It's like more like a tart kind of a cherry as opposed to like a sweeter cherry. But otherwise it's kind of like a mild palate overall. It actually begins reminding me a lot of like a cider. Like I said, like kind of like the apple. It's kind of like a slightly tart, but a lightly sweet, fruity kind of flavor in there. Across the middle you get pretty typical kind of pale ale qualities. A little bit of like a little bit of hop bitterness in there. I mean, it's not, it's just British, not American, so the hops are, present. They don't dominate the palate. A little bit of bitterness on the back end there. Slight dryness. Finish is quite clean though. Can get a little bit more of that kind of apple tartness right on the finish if you cluck your tongue and like kind of suck it off your palate. Man, that sounded really dirty. But yeah, it's a nice, delectable, satisfying pub style ale. Nothing that really blows my mind, and the drinkability on it though is really nice. It's soft, it's comfortable, it probably has about the same thickness as water. It's not fizzy at all, as you can see, obviously. It regenerates the head pretty well. I've said this many times, I'm always impressed by smaller beers that can, do a lot with their palate. Yeah, I like this one, but I don't love it. I can't think of anything wrong with it at all. But I like Fuller's London Pride a little bit better. I do like this better than the lager though, but I have to grade it like on a touch of a curve. But I will give this the same rating as the lager, a 7 out of 10. It's a good beer. Maybe 7.5 if I did half grades. Hey, got a little bit of carbonation there, but yeah, I mean, this beer is. I would session this over the lager any day. Much more sessionable. But yeah, it's just classic British pub style pale ale. That's all there is to say. And that's a good thing. So, again, 7 out of 10 for Samuel Smith's Old Brewery Pale Ale. I like the label on there. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but it's actually extremely dark, like royal purple. Looks kind of like navy blue or even black, but I like the purpleness on there. So, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.